All right, what's happening? Celtics postgame live. Celtics falling to the Oklahoma City Thunder 118-112 here at TD Garden. Tom Giles, Eddie House with you. It was a 3-point game at the half. Eddie saw the Celtics fall behind by 12 in the third quarter. They come all the way back. Game was tied going into the fourth. It was even tied halfway through the fourth. And then the Thunder able to make more plays down the stretch, and they come away with a 6-point win.
I ain't rolling with that one. I'm not rolling with that one. I'm not happy with the officiating. And I normally don't talk about the psych. I always talk about the officials. And when they're definitely a bad crew, I talk about when they referee good and it feels good and it looks good out there. I did not like how they allow Oklahoma City to be as physical as possible and then didn't allow us to have the same physicality on our end. So I was very disgusted with that officiating crew. I don't even know what their names are. I wish I did, because I would call them out right now. But I was disgusted with the job that they did. Could we have been better? Yes. Could we have been better? Yes. But it's hard to play when you allow one team to get super physical with you, and then when you try to get physical with them, it's a foul. And how they was calling the fouls. The fouls they would call for us, we were taking the ball out on the side. They was calling them so they could go to the free throw line. You could just look at their free throw discrepancy and that'll tell you everything you need to know.
There was a discrepancy in the free throws for sure.
You think?
I mean, the Thunder had 35 free throws, the Celtics had 12. But you did bring it up, but there were some things that you felt like the Celtics could have done better in that game. Where do you start as far as that goes?
Well, I think that we took a lot of threes. We could have maybe cut that down, and if we wanted to slow the game up and you recognize how the refs are calling the game, then, okay, we're going to get a little bit more inside action, and that means posting up, try to get guys on the block, get guys at the nail or either on the elbows to work from there. And see if the ref, is it really one of those games to where there's nothing we could do? We can't, they not calling the fouls for us, but they calling it against us. But I would have liked to seen us get a little bit more in attack mode and not just settle for three. But we got good shots though. That's the thing. And not the threes that we took were contested. We got good looks. We just didn't knock them down.
Yeah, 63 threes for the Celtics on this night, 20 of 63. And again, Drew mentioned at the end of the broadcast, but that ties an NBA record for most threes attempted in a game. Let's take a look at where Oklahoma City kind of took control of this game down the stretch, because again, it was tied at 98. Celtics kind of felt like they were chasing most of the night until they couldn't chase any longer. Kenrich Williams knocking down the three from the corner. That gave OKC a 3-point lead. Then you had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with a tough bucket over Peyton Pritchard. That put the Thunder up by 8. And then Cason Wallace knocking down a three from the left wing. Thunder took a 9-point lead with that one, and Wallace a couple big buckets down the stretch here for OKC as he had 14 points in this one. And then you see SGA finishing it off as SGA finishes with 34 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Those were the plays down the stretch for the Thunder.
And you know what? I'm not going to take anything away from OKC. Yeah, I'm upset because I didn't like the way the game was officiated. But at the end of the day, I can't take anything away from OKC. They played hard. They've been the number one defense all year, right? And so them being the number one defense, they're going to be able to get away with being handsy. They're going to be able to get away with being physical because they set that standard all season long for themselves. And when it was time to make plays, they made plays. When they needed to get a bucket, they got a bucket. So I'm not taking anything away from OKC. That's a damn good team that we played tonight. That's a damn good team that we lost to. But at the same time, I thought that was one of the worst officiating jobs I've seen in the NBA this year.
All right, let's get back to the three-point shooting for the Celtics, because as you mentioned, they got some good looks in this game, and they were 15 of 36 in the first half. I didn't get to talk to you at half, but it felt like that kind of kept them in the game, was the three-point shooting in the first half. But then the second half rolls around, and Celtics kind of struggled, 5 of 27.
Yeah, it was. That's exactly what kept us in the game, especially in the first quarter. Think about it. Oklahoma City was coming down scoring, right? Coming down scoring. We would come down, miss a shot. Then we would hit a three. Then we would get a stop and hit a three. And then next thing you know, you look up, you're like, oh, okay, we're starting to rock right now. But it was all because of three-point shots. So tonight, this is when they say you live by the three and die by the three, this is a classic example of that, of what we did. But again, I'm going to go right back to it. I'm not going to take my foot off the gas with that. I don't like how this game was officiated at all. I just did not like it.
Okay, and that resulted in the 6-point loss for the Celtics here at TD Garden, which means that the Thunder take the season series 2-0. You mentioned it in the first quarter in particular, but you're sitting there watching it like the Thunder felt like they could almost run away with that first quarter, if not for Al Horford and Derek White, who scored the first 19 points for the Celtics. First 18 points was 6 threes from those two guys.
You know what's funny is that watching this game tonight, right? It really felt like OKC dominated us.
Yes. Yeah, it kind of did.
You know what I mean? From start to finish, actually. And I was thinking that while I was watching, I'm like, man, it looked like they just dominated us, man. We can't get over the hump. Because we could never, that was the problem. We could never get over that hump. When we had the opportunity to finally take the lead, that's the thing. When you are down to a team, you always are climbing uphill. And if you don't get over that hump, most of the times you do lose basketball games in this fashion, 6 points. And you're like, damn, it was a play here, it was a play there. But, I thought Al Horford played well. He showed up. Derek White played well. Everybody came out and played how they were. I thought they competed, but I don't think they got they didn't get an even competitive opportunity because of the referees. I don't like what they did tonight.
Okay, Celtics again, 2-0 series goes to Oklahoma City. As the first loss was that Celtics dominant first half performance out in OKC, and then the Thunder came out in the second half and outscored the Celtics 50-27. You remember last year the Celtics fell 2-0 to the Denver Nuggets in the regular season, and that was the team we kept talking about going into the playoffs. But in this situation, it is the Thunder going 2-0. We got Scal joining us now. Scal, what's happening, man?
Man, we got worked.
Nah, man, come on. Let me ask you this, because I'm over here lightweight heated, right? You understand me?
Oh, wait. You're lightweight heated?
Yeah, I'm lightweight
heated. We got worked?
No, I don't think I thought I normally don't. Sometimes I do talk about the.
Okay, wait. Well, I don't know where you're going.
No, sometimes I do talk about the officiating, but I thought I thought the referees allowed them to be super physical. And whenever think about it. If you replay the game in your head, when we were getting fouls, what was happening? Taking it out on the side. When they were getting fouls, what was happening with them? Oh, they going up to shoot 2 free throws.
So they weren't getting fouled, or they were getting fouled?
No, everybody was being physical. I
told you going into this, Oklahoma City is super handsy, and they don't foul when you shoot. That's how they play. It's just how they play. Watch them. Foul. And raise up, pull your hands back. That's just how they play. By the way, that's the best coach in the NBA right there.
You think that's coach of the year?
Oh,
Mark Daigneault?
Well, I'm not sure he'll win it because he won it last year, but that's the best coach in the NBA.
And why you say that?
Because the first half they had one game plan, the second half they had another game plan, which means if we made an adjustment, it wouldn't have mattered. Our spacing wasn't good today.
What adjustment did we make though?
No, we were good with Cornette was in the game.
We were.
I'm not going to criticize what we did from we should have played double big or whatever. It's just our style of basketball did not work today. And I'll give them all the credit in the world. It wasn't like we weren't trying to get downhill, but when we did, we would kick it out. They would be there. It was like they had a 6 defender.
No, they had 3 other guys out there. It was 5 versus 8. That's what it was.
Man, that's an impressive team.
They were really good. I'm not taking nothing away from them, but you know this, and I was telling Giles this earlier. It's very hard for you to play a game where they allow you to get something off. Like, you could be aggressive, and then when I try to get aggressive, they call a foul on me. And then so now you're trying to figure that out. You can't do that. Come on, man. I'm really upset. Who was the crew tonight? Garbage. F's across the board.
Let me ask. I'm gonna
F's across the board.
Next time, text me tonight. Tell me if the odds changed for the NBA champion after this game. I want to know how people looked at this game. If they're looking at it like you do, they don't change the odds. They look at it like I do. They're like, wait a minute, gap closed.
I'm not taking anything away from OKC. I'm saying they played well. They're physical. We understand that, but you can't allow one team to be physical and the other team not to be physical. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right. I mean, I thought I thought they were just today better than us. Much better.
I want to get into those adjustments you kind of talked about there with Mark Bignall coming up after the break, and also the Celtics 20 of 63 from 3 in this one. But 118-112 is your final score as the Thunder get the win with the Celtics wrapping up the 7-game homestand. The scoreboard is presented by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Hurt, you got to get Glassman. Quick break, we're right back.
Joe, offensively, what became more difficult in the fourth?
I mean, we got generated great looks. Our shot quality was 1.18. It was great. We had a timely couple turnovers, but I thought we generated great looks. Margin for error is small when you have two great teams playing against each other. So 35 free throws to 12. We got to be better in some of the details. But I like a lot of the stuff that we did from a process standpoint.
Yeah, what did you think of the level of physicality?
It was good on both ends. I mean, we matched it. At times we have to do a better job defending with the physicality without fouling. But for the most part, we matched that.
What can you take from these two games against Oklahoma City?
The same thing you take from every game, just the details, the margins, the things that go into winning, the process, the end of quarters, start of quarters. Every game gives you something that you need to learn from.
Joe, thank you.
Yep.
I'll take your mic.
All right, so real quick, he talked about the quality of the shots that they're getting. He liked the three-point looks. Why are you pointing at Eddie Scal?
I just want him to, I give him more of a runway.
I've been talking about it the whole time.
We shot a bunch of threes today. They shot a bunch of twos.
We shot a grip of threes. We did.
NBA record.
Threes. We did.
A grip.
I know.
I need another adjective. I don't know how much a grip is, but I need a new adjective.
A hell of them.
That's NBA
a whole
record.
lot.
The most threes
more
in NBA.
than anybody else ever did in the. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How are we going to get to the free throw line bombing threes?
But we were driving the basketball. That's how we were creating those opportunities to shoot the threes. It wasn't like we was just coming down, jacking up threes. Guys were trying to get to the hole. We was driving and kicking it out. Think about it. I don't know. What game was you watching?
No, I understand that. But I'm just saying we weren't elevating up, trying to go through people. We didn't deserve.
And neither was Shea. Shea wasn't trying to go through it. Hey, how many times when it was
he
11 times. They gave him a call. They gave him a call that was so weak.
But he leads the NBA in free throws. That's standard.
So just because you lead the league in we lead the league in three. Just because you lead the league in free throws attempted or made, does that mean you're gonna get a foul every time you go to the basket? Hell no. Stop it, man. No,
that's
stop it.
How it
Not
works.
tonight. Not tonight.
Okay. I'm just bringing up. I don't get what you're saying from the standpoint. I
don't feel like it was fair.
I mean, I felt like it was like we missed a bunch of threes.
We missed a bunch of threes, but I feel like we were not getting the same whistle. You can't be fit. Jaylen Brown had 5 fouls. Did Derek White foul out?
Yeah.
So we couldn't be physical when they allowed them to be physical. But also, before the game, I said, when you are the number one team in defense and you have this reputation of being a great defensive team, you're going to get a good whistle.
Yeah.
For the most part. So I think that's what, we were a victim of tonight.
If I look at this game and I watch us play.
And some poor refereeing.
Yeah. I just think when a team like this without Porzingis, I don't think that we should play slow. And we played slow.
We did.
That's not the way anytime we moved the ball and drove it, I felt like we got good looks, good rhythm looks. Even Tatum, who likes to take his time, be deliberate. When he started going early, we were better. One time they set a screen on the left, he rejected, went right, bucket. One time he came down, he got some separation, split it, bucket, right? So when we play slow, that is not the way to play against that team.
And I think this, Joe Giles, I'm sorry. I think if you do play slow, at what point do we say, hey, we're going to get guys on the block? You know what I mean? Or get guys at the elbow with some movement on the side to just kind of move bodies.
I just thought we got beat today.
We did.
I'm not going to use the outcoached us, but man, they were bending our defense, SGA, and we were not bending their defense.
Yeah, it's hard to do that when you're playing 5-on-8.
Let's find out who won tonight's Tommy Award.
All right.
Got to give one out.
Yeah, I'm definitely. What are you doing, man? You're taking my shine like that. I'm the one that decides.
If it's not Al Horford.
It's Al Horford.
It better be Al Horford.
I mean, he was amazing. Everybody knew it was Al Horford throughout this game. And he made it happen defensively. He rebounded the ball at a high clip. Mm-hmm. I mean, he did everything right today. They left him open, and he bombed threes. He knocks them down. So giving up a ton of size to these guys. Al Horford's going to win the Tommy Award.
Felt like if it wasn't for Al Horford and Derek White in that first quarter of this game.
I don't like you bullying me like that. Don't tell me what to say.
You know, Scal, I'm going to let you go after this.
That's
think.
it.
Friday at 10:30. Actually, the Tommy Award is presented by Heart and Pilgrim Healthcare. This way to better health. Al Horford.
One more time. Ready?
That's pretty good. Al Horford with his 7th Tommy Award of the season, which puts him 4th on the leaderboard.
All right, my man.
We're going to hear from Joe Mazzulla again.
Are you going to be on that first thing smoking?
Man, better believe it.
All right, I'll see you.
We'll be back more here on Celtics Postgame Live right after this. $10,000. All right, speaking of threes, let's get to tonight's drain of the game, brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, the name to know when the drains don't flow. Derek White had 3 blocks in this game. And after this one, defense leading the offense, the ball movement, and the 3 from Derek White in the corner. That tied the game at 95. Taking another look at it, Derek White with...
Let me get that.
22 points in this one, 8 rebounds, 5 assists to go with those 3 blocks. Game was tied at 95. Those were better times. Celtics, though, fall in this one, 118-112. Your final score is the Oklahoma City Thunder take the season series 2-0. Time now to hear more from head coach Joe Mazzulla. The coach's press conference is brought to you by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. Here is Joe Mazzulla.
Joe, in the last couple of weeks, the Celtics had played with caliber postseason teams. What is the balance of those games looking forward to the playoff?
Yeah, I mean, regardless who we play, just focused, on the details and the margins and the things that go into winning. Tonight, it was the free throw line. The turnovers were about the same. Rebounding was, relatively the same. And they came out on top in the free throw rate. So just focused on all those things that impact winning over the course of the game.
Joe, what made the paint so difficult to access against them? And what were some of the ways their defense challenged you guys?
I thought we got great looks. I mean, our shot quality was 1.18 in real time. We'll probably be a little bit lower, but I thought we got amazing looks. I mean, that's just the shell of their defense. I mean, they protect the paint first. They try to get out. I thought our 2-on-1 reads were really good. So I thought we generated, relatively great looks throughout most of the game.
Are there differences in terms of how you guys have to approach things offensively, maybe compared to different opponents, or are you kind of looking at the same general approach you guys would on any other night?
Yeah, I mean, I think that changes with every opponent depending upon what they're living with. Tonight they were, mostly recovering back to Al, who, is great when he's in pick and pop situations, and played a ton of zone, which we were able to generate great looks on that, and a lot of kick out reads. So I think it just depends on what the defense is giving you, what the coverages are.
This was a new example of how great Jason Tatum has become as mastering the pick and roll. Do you think you could lean more into that sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, whether I thought we'll see what his pick and roll rate was tonight. But I thought he generated great looks for himself, and for others throughout the game, depending upon how he was being defended. We'll take a look at his pick and roll rate. Yeah.
Joe, the 35 free throw attempts for them, what do you attribute that to?
You have to match the level of physicality, so you have to do that. But, we follow a three-point shooter at the end of the quarter. We jump on a pump fake, don't show our hands on a tendency drive. There's a level of physicality that you have to play with. You also have to do your best to defend without fouling. So just a small balance there, but definitely ones that we could take away.
And it seemed like they were...
All right, so that was Joe Mazzulla, and this 7-game homestand comes to a close. Started with a loss to the Cavs here at TD Garden, and finishes with a loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder here at the Garden. So the Celtics unable to ride off with a 6-game win streak after losing 2 games in this series to the 2 best teams right now, record-wise, the 2 best teams in the NBA. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, talk some Jaylen Brown, who had some struggles tonight. Celtics fall in this one 118-112. We'll be right back. Play of the game presented by Ford Trucks, built Ford tough. Jaylen Brown, 10 points in this one. And your Ford tough play of the game here is Jaylen getting 2 the hard way. I believe that also tied the game up.
And that was a foul.
Quarter. It cut it to 4. Cut it